I have a brand new quilt here ready to quilt. I've recently basted it and I'm using the Katahdin by Bosal wadding or batting if you're in the States. And before I start going anywhere near the quilt, I test it out on a piece that I've already basted together. Now, this is my very well used test piece, and you can see there's lots of different tests on here for free motion, different stitch length and stuff. And I like to do this before I actually start quilting the quilt, just to make sure that the tension's right. I like the look of the stitch length, that everything's okay. So this has got a different wadding in the middle of it, and I want to make sure that everything's looking good for this quilt. So I've made a little test piece there using the same fabrics. These are Modabella Solids fabrics. This is the same wadding that is in the quilt and the backing as well. So I'm just going to test out that the stitch length. So I think I'm going to do a 4mm stitch length and just make sure that everything's okay before I actually start sewing onto the quilt. Now I do this when I've had a break from quilting the same quilt, if I've changed the bobbin, if the needle needs changing. Hopefully it doesn't, because I always put a new one in at the start of a project. But I just think this is really good practice, just to check that you're happy with everything and you're happy with the tension. There's nothing worse than sewing a project or getting started on a quilt and your tension's off on the back and you don't see it until you finish the end of that row. We're at the sewing machine now and I'm just going to test this out. So I'm going to put my needle to the middle, and I'm also going to change the stitch length to 4. I'm going to see what that looks like, and I'm just going to sew down here. And it's a nice way to check that everything's looking great on the front, so I'm happy with that. And turn it over, and the everything's looking great on the back as well. So that is a 4mm stitch length. Sometimes I use a 3.5. So let's see what that looks like. So I think for this project, I'm going to go with a 4mm because the squares are 3.5 inches finished, and that will look really, really nice on this quilt. So that's my little tip. If you do something similar, I'd love to know. Please put a note in the comments below. And if you like this video, please press the like and subscribe button. Thanks for watching.